good afternoon and welcome back. It is a really exciting day, for it is this afternoon that the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will outline his roadmap to emerging from lockdown. And first and foremost on everybody's minds is, of course, the reopening of schools. And I know how important it is to you and to your families to get back to school and to resume all the wonderful activities that you enjoy as soon as we possibly can. We do need to be patient a little while longer yet, but the wonderful news is that 18 million people will have received the vaccine by the time you're watching this. Over 18 million people within the UK. That's 1 in 3 of all adults. And it's all adults who fall into the most vulnerable of categories. So that's fantastic news. And the situation nationally is getting better and better by the day. So we really can live now with a real sense of hope in our hearts. I think one of the things I've been reflecting on over the half-term break is the decisions that we all face in our lives when things go wrong. And we do experience hardships. And I know that so many of you have experienced hardships of late. I've been watching Ben Fogle's programmes on Channel 5 about people who give everything up, renounce everything and go and live lives in the wilderness or in the wild. And he visits various families around the world who do that. And sometimes it's a yearning that people have to return to a more simple way of life. There was a chap that he visited in Ireland who said how much he missed the fact in this digital age that people don't send any letters anymore. And it made me think back to the last letters I received from friends, well, probably when I was in my second year at university, about 20 years ago now. And it just struck me that actually what a wonderful thing to do if we were to do one thing this week, to write a letter to somebody that we loved, to tell them that we cared, and we're thinking of them, is so much more powerful than conveying that same message by social media or by email or whatever. So that's something which struck me. The other thing which struck me is that we all do have choices in terms of how we respond to the hardships that we face in our lives. You know, we can face the same situations, a whole group of us can face the same situation, but the way in which we deal with it will be very, very different, depending on our mindset. And I sometimes have to remind myself to see all the wonderful things in life, all the reasons to celebrate and be positive. And I'm sure that there are times when you feel the same way as well. But if we approach life with compassion in our hearts, love in our hearts, and an absolute desire to always live in the moment and cherish the wonderful things that we have, the gifts of friendship, the gifts of being able to spend time with family and friends, it's also important and so easy to forget when we start worrying about things which are sometimes beyond our control. So my sort of thing I'm going to try this term is to stop worrying and live much, much more in the moment and really enjoy and celebrate each bit of happiness to be drawn out of every day. And I hope you'll join me in doing that. Now, just a few other things from me. We welcome back Mrs. Robinson, who's returning to school after being away on maternity leave, and we hope that she has a fantastic second half of term. And of course, once we're able to all come back together on site, I know that many of you will enjoy seeing her again. I want to say a huge well done to our marathon girls, Hayley Garrick, Ruby Wickwood, Jessie Riley Oakes and Harriet Belden, for walking a marathon within one day over half term. Absolutely great. Captain Lee McGowan, slept outside on what proved to be the coldest night of the year, just before half term, to raise awareness for homelessness in Blackpool. He raised over £1,300 in the process, and he was, well, I was rather worried for him, to be honest, but he experienced temperatures of -3, but with the wind chill factor that night, it was about -8 at 3 in the morning, but he survived to tell the tale. What a wonderful example for all of us. And then just finally, obviously our elite sportsmen have been continuing to play, and 4 of them, no less than 4 of them, have played for Fleetwood under-18s. Henry Wells, Joe Hunter, Blake Pearson, and Matthew Fogo. They've all done incredibly well, and they beat Salford 3-1 earlier last week, and I know that they've played again against Preston North End, and they'll be playing again against Wigan as well. So really superb achievements. That's all from me this morning. I'm wishing each and every one of you a wonderful second half of term, and as I said, let's really focus all of us, on living in the moment and always focusing on the positives to be derived from any given situation. That's not easy, and all of us, myself included, need to remind ourselves to do that. But there are reasons to be hopeful. Spring is coming. We will soon be back together as a community, and we will soon be able to enjoy all the wonderful things that you have been denied for so long. And I think for me, that's what motivates me and gives me a spring in my step every day. And I'm sure, I hope at least it will be the same for you as well. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to new half term. This is by far my most favourite half term because it is the time of year when days get noticeably longer. The sun shines with a little added warmth each day. You can start to hear birdsong if you stop for long enough, and slowly but surely a fresh greenness returns almost imperceptibly, and every day you notice something new in bloom. This year, more than any other, we can hold out a huge amount of hope for everything that we will have that we have been missing in the last little while. The first sign of spring in my garden has been the unprompted, unobtrusive, and yet totally joyful sight of pockets of snowdrops appearing. They are such gentle little flowers, and yet they must be fiercely strong to brave the relative coldness of the dying days of February. For this reason, the poem here by Louise Gluck moved me hugely. I feel that, in particular in this extract, there's a symbolism that everything that we are individually and collectively going through and tells of a strength and hope that happier days are to come, and that our experiences over what has been a challenging time will only serve to make us stronger, and as Mr. Quartermain said, appreciate and cherish all the more the happiness and beauty in our everyday. I did not expect to survive, earth suppressing me. I didn't expect to waken again, to feel in damp earth my body, able to respond again, remembering after so long how to open again in the cold light of earliest spring. Now we turn our attention to the Headmaster's Academic Award, which this week goes to Finley Stacker and Matthew Wood. Finn has adapted incredibly well to remote learning, and his engagement in English is absolutely faultless. He demonstrates confidence in his own ability and is consistently willing to contribute and share his answers or ideas. Similarly, Matthew Wood has also been nominated for an academic award and receives it this week. Matthew has demonstrated a real zeal for learning. He engages very well in online lessons, produces work of an outstanding quality, and is always punctual to lessons, says Mr. Butterworth. I think it's worthwhile mentioning both these boys at the start of a new half term, and we should all take inspirations from the excellent example that they have set. As a reminder, here are just a few tips to ensure you make the most of the next few weeks. With online learning, ensure you're ready to learn. That means that you've got everything that you need for your lesson with you, your notebooks, your pens, colouring pencils, whatever it happens to be that you might need. Don't start the lesson with just your device. You are likely to need more than that. During the course of the lesson, consider what the teacher says, contribute, question, get involved. The more you do that, the more you will get out of it. Take pride in every task you are set, even if the teacher's not going to see it. The more that you work to make the most of the lesson, the more you are likely to get out of it in the long term. Really important, these last 2 points. Be part of your classroom community. Wave hello and goodbye. Make sure that you have plenty to say and plenty to contribute. Be there for your friends. Make the most of group activities. Make sure that your teacher knows how much you care for what they are providing and teaching you. And finally, reach out and stay connected. Your tutors and your teachers are here for you. Make sure you make the most of tutorial times each week where you get a chance to have a one-to-one with your tutor to talk through anything that might be worrying you or anything in terms of work that you want some support with. Make sure that you contact your teachers if you've got any questions about the academic side, but also remember that you've got plenty of people around you should you wish to talk about other aspects too. I wish you a wonderful week.